Just south of Mexico City, between the canals of Xochimilco, you can find a small island with a sad background which never intended to be a tourist destination. The island is known as Isla de los Muñecos, Island of the Dolls. It is dedicated to the lost soul of a poor girl who met her fate too soon in strange circumstances. The area has thousands of people, but this small island is home to hundreds of terrifying dolls. Their severed limbs, decapitated heads, and blank eyes adorn trees. Dolls are threatening, even in the bright light of midday, but in the dark, they are particularly disturbing. It is said that a girl was found drowned in mysterious circumstances many years ago on this island, and that the dolls are possessed by her spirit. Local legend says that the dolls move their heads and arms and even open their eyes. Some witnesses claim they had heard the dolls whispering to each other, while others who were on a boat near the island said the dolls lured them to come down to the island. Of course these witnesses are exaggerating and the island is in no way possessed, but the truth is that the Isla de los Muñecos is a very creepy place that marks the casual visitor. Don Julian Santana Barrera was the caretaker of the island. The story goes that Julian found a little girl drowned in mysterious circumstances while he was not able to save her life. Shortly thereafter, Julian saw a floating doll near the canals. Most probably, the doll belonged to the girl. He picked up the doll and hung it to a tree, as a way of showing respect and support the spirit of the girl. Others question even the existence of the drowned girl. Reports conclude that Julian has made up the story about the girl in his solitude. Julian was apparently haunted by the spirit of the girl and started hanging more dolls in an attempt to please her spirit. He soon realized the dolls themselves were possessed by the spirits of dead girls, and continued to collect creepy dolls, hanging them over the entire island. According to those close to him, it was as if Julian was driven by some unseen force that completely changed him. Apparently he was very marked by the fact that he was not able to save the little girl's life. After 50 years of collecting dolls and hanging them on the island, Julian was found dead, drowned in the same spot where the girl did. The Winchester house looks like a relatively normal old mansion from the outside, but Sarah, widow of the former residence of gun magnate William Manchester, believed the house was haunted by gun victims of his husband. She kept building bizarre stairs and doors that led nowhere so as to try and keep the ghosts from ever finding her. We may never know for sure if Mrs. Winchester built her house to accommodate the spirits, but over the years the story has come down that she believed her life was unavoidably affected by departed souls. Presumably she wanted to be friendly with the good spirits and avoid the bad spirits, and the way to be friendly with the good spirit, it seemed, was to build them a nice place to visit. According to this theory, Winchester accommodated the friendly spirits by giving them special attention. For example, it is said that there were only 3 mirrors in the entire house at the time of Mrs. Winchester's death. Legend has it that spirits hate mirrors, since the sight of their reflection causes them to vanish. This is why Mrs. Winchester's servants and secretary reportedly used only hand mirrors or went without. The mansion also contained a profusion of light sources, from gas jets and countless candles, to electric light bulbs. Supposedly spirits feel conspicuous and humiliated by shadows, since they cannot cast their own. Was Mrs. Winchester making a special effort to please her spirit's companions? In any case, for nearly 38 years, the round-the-clock sawing, sanding, and hammering at the Winchester Mystery House never ceased, not even on weekends or holidays. It was never a rush job. Mrs. Winchester had all the time in the world, at least, all the time needed to maintain a steady pace. Leap Castle. Located in Ireland, the castle has a bloody history of violent rivalries and executions. It is thought to be haunted to this day, especially after a team of renovators discovered a pit full of spikes and human remains, not so long ago. The castle has been visited by paranormal investigators from ABC Family's Scariest Places on Earth and Living TV's Most Haunted in its first season, as well as the Atlantic Paranormal Society taps from the third season of Sci-Fi's Ghost Hunters. Most recently in August 2014, Travel Channel's Ghost Adventures filmed their 10th season Halloween special at the castle. Matsuo Mine in Japan. Matsuo Mine was once a bustling sulfur mine before it was abandoned. If you would like to check it out now, you would be met by a giant wall of mist constantly hiding it from view. This makes it look like a scary ghost town. Centralia in Pennsylvania. A mine fire in Centralia has been burning since 1962 and has left the town abandoned almost entirely. The place looks like a cutscene from the Silent Hill game. In fact, Centralia was one of the inspirations for the game. Candido Godoy in Brazil. On first sight, Candido Godoy looks like a fairly normal town in Brazil, but if you take a closer look, you realize the town is swarming with twins. In fact, rumors say that a Nazi geneticist fled to this town after the war. He started experimenting on the population, and this is what triggered the phenomena. The fire mummies of the Philippines, also known as the Kabayan mummies, Benguet mummies, or Ibaloy mummies, are a group of mummies found along the mountain slopes of Kabayan, a town in the northern part of the Philippines. They were made from as early as 2000 BC until the 1500s, when Spain colonized the Philippines. Today, they remain in natural caves and a museum in Kabayan. Kabayan is home to several caves that contain hundreds of mummified corpses. It's a good place to visit if you really want to have nightmares. Overton Bridge in Scotland, or the Dog Suicide Bridge. You may want to avoid this place if you are a dog lover. Dogs leap to death for no apparent reason, and dozens of them have killed themselves over the last half-century. Even more strange are the circumstances behind these incidents of kamikaze canines. Not only have they been plummeting to their deaths from the bridge, but many have witnessed the dogs actually climbing the parapet wall before making the jump. Even stranger are the reports of dogs surviving their brush with death, only to return to the bridge for a second attempt. The Scottish Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals has sent representatives to investigate, but they too were stumped by the cause of the strange behavior. Body Farm in Tennessee. Body Farm is actually a facility in Tennessee used as a training ground for the FBI and other forensic experts. They use it to determine time of death, cause of death, etc., and they use real donated cadavers. This means that the place is full of dead bodies.